Okay, so Pcall functions, also known as protected called functions, they can be used in a lot of situations here, and I'll show you how to set that one up. Okay, so first you want to get success and error message. So basically, once it goes through this function, if it is successful, then I'll just show you this here. Okay, so it's basically just a normal function, and it's going to run through this function, and if it's successful, then this success would return true. Otherwise, there will be an error message, which will be stored here. So basically, if success, then, if it's successful, you want to add the equal sign there. And so if success, then I want to just print successful for a test. Otherwise, you're going to want to print the error message. Okay, so for an example, if I have a part here in the workspace, and let's name this part 1, just for an example. And if we do workspace part 2 dot anchored, or let's go transparency equals 1. So it's going to look in the workspace for part named 2, and then we'll set the transparency to 1. So basically, it's going to look through the workspace, and there isn't going to be a part named 2 because there's only the part named 1, part 1. And so it's going to run through this, and there's obviously going to be an error message saying like part 2 is not a valid member of workspace. So what it's going to do is it's going to warn the error message. Part 2 is not a valid member of workspace, right? Because it's named part 1. So if we were to change this to part 1 and then run it, it should print successful and change the transparency to 1. So as you can see, it printed successful, and the part has a transparency of 1. Find it. Yep, transparency of 1. So this can be used in a ton of different ways. So it prevents errors, of course, which is very obvious. So if this wasn't in a Pcall function, so let's just go change transparency, and then we do workspace part 2 dot transparency equals 1, and then we do change transparency. So this is obviously going to error and stop the whole script because part 2 is not a valid member of workspace. So essentially, the Pcall function, if there's an error, it's not going to stop the entire script. It will keep it running, which is very important. So if you just change part 1, it's going to work and there won't be an error. But Pcall functions are very, very useful for that reason there. It just saves you a lot of work. That's basically how you set it up. And you can use it in a lot of different ways, and it can be very useful. I would mess around with it a bit so you can get used to it and stuff. It's a very simple concept, but once you learn it, it's very, very nice to have learned. So yeah, that's it.